Hello, Renovation Church in South Haven, Indiana. This is Pastor Scott Jones coming to you once again with an important update of kind of where we are. At the end of July, which is about 4 weeks ago, I announced to the church that we were going to be moving our Sunday services online until further notice, until we could really get a hold of how to make our building a little safer, how to create social distancing in our sanctuary, and we have been hard at work trying to figure those things out. We have had church board meetings. We had a town hall meeting where we had 35 people from our church gather here last Wednesday. We've taken more chairs out of our sanctuary. We've had lots of discussion about how do we do church and how do we do church safely. We have been working most of this year to try to figure out what does our church look like in this worldwide pandemic that we are all living through. We have been shut down, we reopened, and as you, I hope, know at this point, we avoided a potential major catastrophe with a COVID cluster of cases here in our congregation. You see, we avoided that catastrophe because we were wise enough a month ago to stop gathering on Sunday mornings until we could create a safer environment. And we did create a safer environment. And I'm happy to report that as of right now, on the end of August of the year 2020, as far as I know, we do not have any active coronavirus cases in our entire congregation. All the people who had tested positive are now healthy and well. And I want you to know this, we had zero person-to-person transmission of coronavirus that occurred in our building because we were in fact safely away during that time. So I'm thankful to God for that. And I'm thankful to our leaders that we had the wisdom to shut things down until we got a better handle on things. And now I want you to know that I'm really excited to announce our finalized plan that will take us for the rest of the year. This is what I'm going to talk about now is going to be from September all the way until January of 2020. We have a full calendar. We have a full schedule of events. We have a lot of things that we are ready to do. We are Renovation Church, and we are ready and willing, and I think able to start helping even more people find and follow Jesus as part of this church in this new world we live in. So I'm just going to get started right on this right away. I want you to know this is a lot. I'm going to be communicating this on a regular basis. I'll get it out in written form. I'll send it in a text. I'll send it on our website. I'll put it on our app. I will get this information to you in an email. And it's going to take a bit to get our minds wrapped around this, but this is a new world, and we are really trying to be a new kind of church and a new kind of world to reach new kind of people, all in the same love of Jesus. So here we go. So I want you to know, in September, October, and November, we are going to have a full-blown church service on the second Sunday of each of those months. On the second Sunday of September, October, and November, at 8:30 and at 10 a.m., we are going to have a full-blown renovation-style church service with a full band, a full message, kids' activities. We will have all of the refreshments, all of those kind of things figured out in a safe way, and that's going to be at 8:30 and at 10 o'clock on the second Sunday of the month. I'm going to keep saying it, the second Sunday of the month, September, October, November, at 8:30 and 10 a.m., we are going to have a full church service here. Now, here's a couple of things that we have learned over the last month since we have really taken seriously how to create a safe environment. We've now learned that we can get 50 people in our sanctuary and provide 6 feet of social distancing space for all 50 of those people. But that's it. That's our maximum, 50 people. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have a sign up. It's going to be super simple. It won't take you 15 seconds to sign up for either an 8:30 service or the 10 o'clock service. We'll have that available and ready to go in plenty of time before September 13th, when this service is going to be, for you to sign up. And when one service is full up to 50 people, that's going to be it. We can't sign up 51. We will have both of those services, 8:30 and 10 o'clock. We hope that both of those are filled with 50 people. That will be a full church service. Now, people are going to ask, well, what are we doing about masks? Here's where we are. Masks are becoming more and more simple. What we are going to do is basically what I'm calling the restaurant style of masking. And that means when you walk into the building, you have your mask on. Until you find a seat in the sanctuary, you'll be masked up. As soon as you find a seat in the sanctuary, if you want to take your mask off, take your mask off. It's no different than going into a restaurant. You go into the restaurant, you got to have your mask on. You see the sign on the window that says masks are required to enter. You walk in, you find your table, you sit down, and you take your mask off. It's going to be the same way here in church. That'll be the same at 8:30, and it'll be the same at 10 o'clock. On the way in, mask up. Find your seat, take your mask off. If you have to get up to get some refreshments or use the restroom or whatever, you put your mask on. And then when you get back to your seat, you take your mask off. It's no longer complicated. It's no longer controversial. This is just what we do. This is how this goes. And so until things are drastically different, that's what we'll do in church. We'll have the restaurant style masking, and we'll have sign-ups at 8:30 and at 10 o'clock on the second Sunday of the month, September, October, November. I'm going to talk about December in just a couple of minutes. I also want you to know this. I personally am going to start a class on Wednesday nights. And again, that'll be a 50-person limit, but everybody's going to be invited to that. We're going to have a class on Wednesday night. And we're going to have basically a small group style of class where we'll get to know each other, and we'll have some conversation and some icebreakers of people getting to know one another, getting to know each other. During this, we'll have a time of prayer, and then the topic of the Wednesday night class is going to be very simple. It's going to be, we're going to take the Sunday morning sermon that I would have already preached on Sunday, and we're going to bring that over to Wednesday and then just dig deeper into that. Oftentimes, there's so many Bible verses and things I would like to get into that we just don't have time. And so many times there's people have questions or thoughts and comments and really want to go deeper into some of the material that we're talking about in the sermon on Sunday morning. And so we're going to be digging into that on Wednesday nights. And then it'll provide a time for people to have discussion and answer questions and all of those things. So that's going to be at 6:30 on Wednesday nights, starting the Wednesday after Labor Day in September, and that will be every Wednesday night. Also, I want to remind you that we already have a fantastic group on Tuesday nights called Relationships Matter. Now, Relationships Matter has been going on for a long time. They have a core group of people. Somewhere around 30 to 40 people are usually in attendance in that group on Tuesday night, but they have room for more people. And I have been talking to Tim and Barbara George, and they've asked me to make sure that I let the church know that there is room on Tuesday night. Again, that will be a 50-person limit, but if you are interested in getting involved with Relationships Matter, which by the way, I would really highly recommend it, whether you are married, divorced, single, not yet married, whatever the case may be. Fantastic group. That's on Wednesday nights. And so that's what we're going to be doing. Now, here's another couple of things. We say, okay, well, what about the other Sundays? We're only meeting on the second Sunday of the month. Well, that's a great question. And I'm really glad you asked, because I think what I'm going to say next is some of the most significant announcement that we have had through this whole pandemic experience. I think what I'm going to talk about next, that has been a work in progress for at least a month or so of really trying to get this figured out, is really essential for us becoming a new kind of church and a new kind of world. This is really us moving away from South Haven Church of the Nazarene and who we are in our history and becoming Renovation Church of the Nazarene. And what's going to be happening is this. There's going to be 4 different church experiences each month. The first Sunday of the month is going to be what we call Prayer First. And it's going to be at 10 o'clock in the building. RSVPs probably won't be required because, to be honest with you, we just really haven't had 50 people attending our prayer services. But there's going to be a prayer service on the first Sunday of each month. That will be a guided experience. I will lead us through that. I'll give a short message about prayer. There'll be a time of silence in there where we can pray. And I know that people say, I don't need to come to church. I can pray right at my house. That's true. You can pray at your house. You can pray in your car. You can pray when you're on the toilet. You can pray anytime. I understand that. But there is something about gathering together with a group of people in this kind of directed prayer-focused service. And that's what we're going to be doing on the first Sunday of the month, starting September 6th. September, October, November, the first Sunday of each of those months will be a prayer-focused service, probably going to be 35 to 40 minutes in length. It'll be light on music. It'll be light on a message, and it'll be heavy on this idea of really praying. We'll be gathering prayer requests from our community. We'll be gathering prayer requests from our church. We'll be praying for our country. We'll be praying for each other. And it's going to be a time of prayer. The first Sunday of the month in September, October, November. The second Sunday of the month I've already talked about. 8:30, 10 a.m., full-blown Renovation Church. Sign up, 50 people max, kids activities, full sermon, the whole deal. That's the second Sunday of the month. The third Sunday of the month is going to be something I think is very, very important. And it's a time for us to take all of our prayers, all of our worshiping together, all of our receiving Bible study and all of those things, and to put that into action. On the third Sunday of the month is going to be a serve day. We're going to gather here at the church building at 10 o'clock. But we're not gathering together for a church service. We're gathering together to be scattered, and we're going to go out and we're going to do service projects in and throughout our community. It may be as simple as going to somebody's house and cutting their grass because they're not able to do so. Or it may be doing a light project at somebody's house. It may be helping someone serve food somewhere. We're going to have all different kind of ways for us to get out from about 10 a.m. to about noon and to do service projects on the third Sunday of the month. That'll be September, October, November. The third Sunday of that month, we're going to be doing service projects. Now, that leaves one other Sunday, the fourth Sunday of the month. The fourth Sunday of the month is going to be what we call Fun Day. That's a Sunday fun day, the fourth Sunday of the month. And it is exactly what it sounds. We're going to gather together at the church building at 10 o'clock. But we're not gathering together for a sit down and hear a couple of songs and hear a sermon message. We're going to be gathering together for one main purpose that's often overlooked in so many of our expressions of church, and that is simply to have a good time together. We may take a road trip to Redimax up in New Buffalo and have a dinner together. We may go to a park. We may have kind of a field day here at church where we throw bags, we do things, but we're going to be having a fun time together as a community in a picnic type atmosphere. And we've got some ideas that I will be sharing of what that's going to look like. But that'll be the fourth Sunday of the month. So just in a quick recap, in September, October, and November, the first Sunday of the month is Prayer First Sunday. The second Sunday of the month, full-blown Renovation Church. The third Sunday of the month is a Serve Day expression of our church, and the fourth Sunday of the month is Sunday Fun Day, where we're gathering together to build relationships and community and maybe invite somebody new to just hang out with us. And so in all of those expressions, when we're in the building, we're going to have social distancing mandated. You have to sign up for the full-blown service on the second Sunday of the month. But that's what we're going to be doing. Here's what I want us to know. It's very intentional. And I think it is the future of our church. This whole idea that we are more than just gathering together and sitting down and singing a few songs and hearing a message. We really are an expression of what it means to follow Jesus, and that includes prayer. That includes coming together and hearing a sermon. That includes singing songs together. That includes worshiping together. That includes children's ministry. It also includes service to the community, and it also includes having fun. So that's what's going to be on. Now, every Sunday of the month, I want you to hear this, every Sunday of the month, there will be an online expression of our church. I will still have an 8:30 a.m. online sermon. It will be sometimes whiteboard, sometimes not. But at 8:30 on every Sunday, for people that choose not to be here or for people who are unable to be here, I'm going to have an 8:30 sermon that will be released. Now, on the second Sunday of the month, it'll just be a recording of our full church service at 8:30. So that's what's going to be happening every Sunday at 8:30 for those people who are primarily connected with us online. That will continue. But we're really hoping that people will start gathering together again as we start to move forward. So that gets us to September, October, and November. Takes us all the way up to Thanksgiving, which is what I was talking about at the end of July last month, when we decided that we needed to step back and make our place safer before we gathered together again. After Thanksgiving, it will be a very typical type of church environment. 8:30 and 10 a.m. on every Sunday for the Christmas season. It'll be 8:30 and 10 a.m. throughout the month of December as we are celebrating the Advent season together, the Christmas season together, as we talk about hope and joy and love and peace and faith. As we talk about those things in December, those will be sign-up services, 8:30 and 10 a.m. as we do full band, full Christmas music, full sermon through the month of December. And then as we get out of December, then we will be starting to roll into January. And we're going to see how things go for 3 months, for September, October, November. How does all of this work together? How are people doing? Are people getting closer to Christ? Are we able to invite people to our serve days and our fun days and our prayer days and our church service days? What's that sign up? We'll be reevaluating through all of that as we look forward to the year of 2021. But I want you to know I have all of this. We have this. This has been discussed and talked about in many ways. We had a town hall meeting that really helped move forward with some of these things. And I'll be getting this information to you, but I wanted you to hear it. I know this is a long video. I know that there's a lot going on with this, but I think it's an indication of how significant and how important this shift is. We really are becoming Renovation Church. Our values, our vision, our function, what we are doing moving forward is really starting to come together. And so I hope this is maybe, a first major step into welcome to Renovation Church as we move into a new world. God bless you. I can't wait to keep talking about this. I will keep talking about this. I know it's a lot to absorb. God bless you and have a great day.